Hello, everyone. Welcome back to NFTV. We are continuing the build-up to the derby this week, and I've got a friend with me. Finally, I've got someone from the channel who's brave enough to talk about the derby. This is Sunderland versus Newcastle. Welcome, everybody. Hope it's in our eat. Well, we were going to do a different type of video, but Sunderland have just decided to self-explode, and we thought we'd talk about it because it affects. Does it affect Newcastle? Does it affect the mentality? Does it affect the mind games going into this weekend? Joe's going to be talking with me about that today, and obviously I'll get his thoughts because we haven't heard from Joe about this weekend as well. But I'm going to start with, first of all, a few things from the Maccabees, not just today, but in the build-up, because they are really not happy with a few things, which is quite funny in one sense. The allocation, first of all, of 6,000, Joe. Were you surprised at that?
I am. I mean, we're used to like much smaller numbers. I think everyone was expecting, especially with like recent outings that Newcastle have had, that we're only going to get 2,500, 3,000. Usually, Northumbria police come in and they're sort of like, look, safety reasons. You just aren't getting anywhere near that amount. For them to actually put 6,000 on to organise the buses as well, which I feel sorry for whoever has organised like 100 buses or something for 6,000 fans. It's wild, and for where Sunderland have put her as well, I'm not surprised it's caused controversy. I love that.
It's mental, isn't it? How they've both, because both clubs have to agree to it first of all, and then obviously we're under the stipulations of what Northumbria police have saying and stuff. But a lot of we've seen it on social media. I'm seeing a lot of Sunderland fans are not happy that they can't have their seat for this game, and the Geordies are coming to town and pinching their seats.
I love that though. We're going and we're ruining the seats. It is proper shithousery. It adds to the fuel of it as well, because we're obviously going to go in and we're going to be like singing chants like, we took your seats, we'll beat you. You know, like it's they're going to think of some innovative stuff that's just going to rile the Maccabees up ever more. And the more we can rile them up, I'm happy, mate. Really happy.
As long as there's no kids shitting on seats, I'll be alright with my seats. So happy days about that. And then obviously we're getting escorted in, which will be we'll see it on the channel on Saturday when I'm vlogging it. Getting escorted in, which will be interesting. Do you reckon there'll be a few idiots about trying to throw a few stuff at the buses going past?
No doubt. Yeah, I was going to get them in these types of games. I mean, we saw it. I think was it the PSG game. There was some youngins from our end hitting the PSG bus, and it's going to happen. There's going to be a load of little youths from Sunderland with no better to do than pick up rocks and throw them at a bus, and act hard. But there's going to be a few. Just hope it's not serious. That's all I wish for. Just nothing serious.
Yeah, same. You just want, not that you want minor crime, but that's the limit, I think, because the police are expecting some sort of small troubles, but hopefully not more. But yeah, we'll delve into today. Well, what you may have seen, you might be watching this video on the next day, but basically Sunderland, I don't know what they've done today I mean, they've already upset the fans somewhat today, Joe. But first of all, we see what's it called, the black cot. It looks a bit like yours, a little bit, doesn't it? Except from you've decorated of black and white.
Well, Newcastle Fans TV, I'm bringing you live and direct from the Black Cat Bar right now, and this is how it looks still at this very moment. Newcastle strips everywhere. There's pictures of Alan Shearer. Oh, I'd be furious if it was me. But like,
how have they allowed the banners to get up saying "We are united" and "Howie the lads," and someone's crossed out how they spell Howie, because obviously
that was a brilliant one.
And Mackham's obviously spelled Howie, Haway. No Geordie is allowed to spell it that way. They've crossed that out, spelled it the Geordie way, and it's like so many things happening in this hospitality/bar room. And it's like we're just going to bow down to Newcastle United coming to town, and I mean, it's your fucking arch rival. I mean, if we did that, there'd be fucking hell on. And I've got every sympathy in one sense for the Mackhams, because if we did that, Joe, at St James's Park, or come to our hospitality, we're going to give you all of this, and we're going to paint it red and white. Fuck me, man. Could you imagine it?
Imagine that up in the new bars, the brand new, freshly renovated bars, and they go, right, I tell you what, we're going to drape all the tables in red and white. We're going to put the Sunderland symbol up. We're going to change the spelling of everything just so it matches their kind of horrible semi-Geordie northeast language. I think everyone would be furious on our side if they had done it. It caused it'd cause fucking frictions. It'd be massive. People would hate it. So I do understand. I sympathise with them, but I can't help but laugh and make so much fun of it that they have just bowed down to it. And is it for the money? That's what you've got to wonder.
And or is are they that desperate though, the club, to piss off their own fan base?
I guess so. I mean, they've done it. I know they've released that statement. I mean,
yeah, I'm going to read it out. I am going to read it out. The Sunderland statement.
So I don't understand what they're doing for what they're doing it for other than money. I can't understand why you would ever disgrace your own fans, your own turf. Why you would ever disgrace it?
They've disgraced Peter Reid
massively.
They've literally took the piss out of Peter Reid. I'm like, wow, that's like you, Joe, right? Going into St James Park, seeing it decorated in red and white, and they're taking the piss out of, pick a player, Shea Given, Rob Lee.
Yeah.
It's like, what? And Peter Reid did a fairly job. He got them up from the Premier League. I think he had a couple of 7th place finishes. So when they had Kevin Phillips and Niall Quinn and what have you, and obviously they beat us, didn't they? At St James Park, and that really night when Shearer was benched, and it's like, bloody hell, man. And for that, to allow that to happen, man, it's mental, isn't it?
That's an absolute travesty. Why would you let your legends be disgraced like that, and to stupidly fuel the morale of your most bitter rivals of all time, and give the fans something else to cheer about and to jaunt about and to bring that to the stadium? Like, it's not going to be forgotten. I wouldn't be surprised if War Flag's done a flag image of one of them. I would love to see something like that, just to wind them up that extra bit, you know.
I'm putting the graphic on screen. Do you know that? Do you know them 2 women? The one, bless us, who she has some teeth missing.
Oh yes.
They're not in the Premier League. They're in the Championship. We are. There was something the quote said, but obviously there's a banner that's been put up tonight saying we're not on the Black Cots bar. We are something like that. I'll put it on screen for you. I've only seen a brief glimpse of it, and it's hilarious. Like, it's already, you mentioned that, but it's given, like, you did say fuel in the fire, but it's given the Geordies, us, more chance to laugh at them. And obviously Sunderland down the years have played like our under-21 side in the same cup competition. They've been in League One, Championship, you know, the drama on Netflix. They carry on with the ownership when they had, obviously they carry on with the 2 owners, Stuart Donald and what have you, and all of that. And it's like, do you know what? We're just going to let them take the piss out a little bit more. And it's their own fucking club doing it.
I know. I honestly, I can't get my mind over it. We're going to have so much to shout at them for. And what kind of defence are they going to have other than shouting that we've got more money than them? Big whoop.
I mean, they might throw the Saudis at win, stuff like that, but I mean, that's going to be banter on the day. But it's not just that, Joe. On top of that, the tickets that they've put out for that area actually say League One on them. I mean, how many things can you get wrong in one day? I mean,
it's been a bad day for Sunderland.
It's an embarrassment for the club again. And it's like us putting on Championship. I mean, you got to remember which league are you in? Do you not remember which league you're in? You're in the Championship, or you're in the League One, or bloody hell, they have them. I don't know if it's the hospitality tickets or some sort of ticket to get in there. It's like they've got printed as League One. It's like, dear me, man.
Surely they're going to face a fine for that as well, aren't they? So any money that they do sponge out of us Magpies, they're going to then throw away to a fine for the for the FA, who are going to come and say, "Well, how did you print the wrong tickets?" I mean, who does that job wrong? I mean, it's really not hard to make sure you know the team you're working for, the company you're working for. So well done, Sunderland, once again. Brilliant ingenuity.
And obviously you've got the whole carry on, which we don't want to go into with some of the players in the past and what have you. We're not going into that, but I mean, again, it's just fueling the fire in it for all of it. But I've got a statement. We're going to put it on screen for you, what Sunderland have actually said, because they've actually, for a club to put a statement out about it, about just a room being decorated in black and white. I mean, has that happened ever before? I don't think so. This is what the statement says. Sunderland acknowledges that was a serious error in judgment was made in relation to the Black Cots bar earlier this afternoon. We apologise to our fans for the understandable concern they have fairly voiced in response to the sentiment, and it's shared by the club's ownership group and board of directors, who've requested an immediate review is undertaken to determine how this process has folded. A direct decision has also been taken by the ownership group and board of directors to return the space to its original state, and we once again apologise to our supporters that this was not addressed sooner. That sounds to me from the outside that they fucked up, haven't they? For me personally, I mean that's how I feel. You might feel differently, but they fucked up and thought, wait a minute, we'll have to backtrack here ourselves. Let's blame somebody else. Let's blame somebody else and put a statement out. How do you feel about that? Who they're blaming there? Who's the fault?
I think they're trying to blame sort of like maybe his lower level management. Yeah, you know, you've got your lower level management, you've got your guys who maybe some supervisor who's thought, oh, it's a brilliant idea to do, instead of actually going ahead and going, look, we've fucked up. We're looking to try and get as much money as we can from the Magpies because we want as much as we can to profit with club, and we're just going to sit here now that we've been caught out. Because if the fans hadn't kicked off, would they have kept it? Like,
I think they would have. I think they would have shit on the fans, but no pun intended.
So, and they really have shit on the fans massively. Reminds us of another bird in the sky that's very well liked in Sunderland. That shit on some people. But, but no, it's like, so they're doing it for money. They're trying to now blame, obviously, lower level management and not take responsibility on the ownership, when I'm sorry, but it's quite obvious that it's come down from the top with the way they've treated this. They want to make as much money as they can from a rich, passionate fan base, which they struggle to retain.
I don't know if the rumours are true about some of the banners that were already put up around the seating area where the away fans will be in the north stand. I don't know how much of that is true, but yeah, it's a catalogue of errors, and it spices up the derby this weekend, which obviously we will, as I say to you, we'll be bringing the content to you. It will be an eventful afternoon full of things like even like getting on the bus is totally different. An experience for all the fans, especially for me. I didn't like getting buses, the whole back and forth and the chanting and back and forth and what have you. And as long as it stays, I don't want to say friendly, but not over that OTT. And going into stuff that we shouldn't be going into, because we know that, as I say, Sunderland with some of their players have a checkered history. But going into the game, then Joe, how are you feeling now? It's fast approaching.
Oh, I just keep getting more and more nervous going towards it. And I mean, I think I'm fair in saying, and people can disagree with us if they want to, let me know down in the comments. But with our run of form, with our current, and I know people want to go against this excuse, injuries, I'm especially with away form as well. I'm very, very worried that we could go down there, and if they score one goal, no matter how it's scored, they score one goal, and all of a sudden we go nervous, sort of like almost that PTSD feeling of, oh no, it's happening again, and we cannot lose this game. Let's try and do everything we can, and it ends up going the wrong way. But that said, I'm confident in our skill. I'm confident in a lot of our players will be wanting this. For the passion involved, like Bruno, Sean Longstaff, Lewis Miley, the list goes on, Dan Burn. So I think that side of us is keeping us very, very, very excited. But I am still nervous as well. I'm mixed. I'm so mixed. I genuinely dislike talking about it. People ask us in work about it, and I'm like, I don't really want to talk about this right now because I'm just not prepared. It's going to be eventful.
It is. I've had fun of obviously the work of all the Sunderland carry on the past 24 hours or so. But yeah, I think I've already said on a rival channel. A rival channel, is that the right terminology? The Rivals channel.
Scum channel.
We've been on the Mackhams there, coming on ours as well. I've said we'll go 1-0 down. But we'll come back and we'll turn it around. I don't think it will be pretty. I think it will be probably a horrible game to watch. But I think we will scrape it. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see, but hopefully Sunderland don't do any self-destruct in the next 24 hours. Otherwise, we might make another video about it. But yeah, there we go. That's me and Joe talking about the carry-on leading up to the derby. As you know, there's a video every day this week in the build-up, and then we'll bring you all the content on match day. Joe, lovely to see you.
Come on, the boys. How are you, the lads? Bruno in the middle. Let's get it, man. Come on. How are you, the lads?
How are the lads? Drop us a like, everybody. We'll see you very shortly.